Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Frostpunk 2. This is the beta of the Utopia Builder. We've got a preview of about 300 weeks, so we're about a sixth of the way through it. And I think we've started stabilizing our economy a little bit. There's a few more things that we're not quite on top of, like I think our food production. Well, we're actually, our trend is still losing in terms of food and materials, which you will need to fix. We made a start on those things, but these unfulfilled requirements is pretty high, and we do need to sort that out as quickly as we can. We've got an extra building that we need to build, the council hall, so we can start enacting policy. So let's get going on that as kind of the first thing for this episode. We'll start with the council building and see how that goes. We've also got everything else is kind of already underway. We do have some ideas going, a goods factory actually, and I would love to build it. Okay, so the council is ready to go. I'd just like to see the goods factory done. So let's quickly see about building the goods factory so we can sort out that issue there. So the goods factory is going to take 400 workers. We're falling a little bit behind on our workers, but it will give us those extra goods that we so sorely need. It's going to take more material, so we do need to have a look at how we're going to solve that issue. So that's under construction at the moment. We can also make room for a bit of an idea. So we've got the good factory, advanced good factories and stuff like that we can progress along. We should also have a look at what we can do with regards to improving materials, or alternatively, we do need a bit of a hothouse or something like this. Let's see what's this: a bio-waste drum hothouse, industrial side hothouse, where organic waste ferments into large vats, fertilizing revolving shelves of crops. Okay, 400 workforce gives us 80 food. Disease is slightly increased and a heat demand of 20 versus the machinists, which we haven't given anything to yet, gives us the chemical drum hothouse, which needs less workers, gives us less food, and squalor is slightly increased, and our heat demand is more. So it's just, the machinists, I would have thought their stuff would be more efficient, to be honest, and beyond using the workforce, it really isn't that efficient. So I'm almost tempted to just continue this, and I'm almost tempted to just do that. So let me have a bit of a look at this one. I'm gonna go with that one. So we'll get going on that. Then we've got a little something coming up over here. So now we say the first council session. People cheer as the gates of the council open. It feels like a piece of the world lost to the frost has been regained. The people are hopeful to have their voices heard, while the machinists and foragers clash about our survival strategy. Neither has a firm stance on economic or social issues. However, many in their ranks do, though they keep to the shadows for now. To pass any law in the council, you will need the majority of delegates to support it. Okay, so if we have a look at this. The council. Cool. Okay, so people of the city sent 100 delegates to represent them. Your role as a steward is to propose laws that will be put to a vote. However, communities have different outlooks on many things. You may have to negotiate or pressure them to get enough support. C. Now, we've got laws. We can propose a law every 10 weeks. We have laws around survival, things like adding food additives, goods. Okay, what do we have here? We can do foraged additives. Food output per capita is slightly increased. Chemical additives, food production efficiency is significantly increased. Disease is marginally increased. Not sure that's great. And then we've got goods as well. Goods production, mass-produced goods. Good production is efficiency is significantly increased. Good demand per capita is marginally decreased. I think I wouldn't mind going for that. On the economy side of things, we've got necessities. Now, basic necessities are customary provide without compensation, but practices can differ from place to place. So paid essentials versus free essentials. Heat stamps income per capita is increased. Resource production efficiency is slightly increased. And then here we've got something around contagion. We've got citizenship. If we want population to grow. Population growth is marginally increased. Heat stamp income per capita is marginally increased. Population growth is increased. I think we should kind of do that. Community services. Ooh. So we've got expedition support. Exploration time is decreased. We haven't actually done any exploration. City development effort. Material output per capita is increased. Service exemptions. Heat stamps income per capita is slightly increased. And then heat pipe heat demand is slightly decreased. I thought I'd like that idea actually. And then under society, what do we have? Childhood. Hang on, I haven't looked at this. Care, family, and crime. Okay, so some of these things we still need to kind of research. Under economy, we've got welfare, citizenship, and labor. And under survival, we've got resources, frost, land, and efficiency. Okay, good. So just go back to society and have a look. So funerals, trust loss from death is decreased. Harvesting funerals is slightly decreased. Research speed is slightly increased. Okay, that's okay. Over here, we've got childhood, family apprenticeship. Percentage of active workers is slightly increased. And then we've got mandatory schools. Research speed is slightly increased and heat stamp income per capita is slightly decreased. Okay, so let's have a look at what will we do first. Now, I'm kind of thinking, in order for us to keep going, we need more people because our workforce is dropping quite substantially. We could also look at doing the goods thing here. Goods demand per capita is marginally decreased. I'm not opposed to something like this. I'm not opposed to it. The production, however, so the demand is really what you wanna do. Okay, let's go over here. I want us to the population growth. Let's go in here and say we will accept all outsiders, because that'll give us more people, right? It'll just not. We're just going to go with accepting all of these. So we'll propose that. People are pretty divided. What are we saying? 20 delegates are for it. Actually, 10 from each camp. Only 10 against it, so I'm thinking we'll probably get this through. However, here we've got, I'm accepted, we can pressure people, pressure the hesitant delegates, which will sway them towards supporting the law. The more trusted you are, the more effective it will be. Hesitant delegates will be more likely to vote for the law. Relations with all communities will worsen, so I'm not going to do that just yet. We can go straight to the vote and kind of get our luck going, but I think we should pass it, or we can negotiate, and we can negotiate with either one of these, mostly hesitant actually, and then if you kind of hit one of these guys, they will, and you say I want to vote for it, they basically ask you for something. Materials output per capita is increased. Yeah, demand materials will increase squalor. So I'm kind of going to not do any of these things. So there's a few things. So we can either look, they're immediately asking us to demolish the dust coal mine, which we just built it. We're not going to do that. We're certainly not going to do that. So let's pop out of this. We're not gonna do that. We'll go back into council. What has happened? It's active, right? Yeah, let's just go back in there. And we'll go in here. No, it wasn't survival. We're going to go to the economy. And we're going to just propose and get this going. We're just going to run the vote and see what happens. Okay, 24 it immediately. And then we need another 31. It's going well. And we've got it. We just got it, but we've got it. So at least I didn't waste any any activities with people. But so now we should see an increase in the population. The new law has been agreed on. Good. There are challenges ahead. Improving coal extraction is a success, but the vein will only last so long. We need to explore the Frostland for a permanent source of fuel. That's the first step in our colonization effort. If we don't take it, the city will have no future at all. This concludes the onboarding tasks. Okay, remember, you can always consult the tutorial. Okay, so now we'll pause the game and we'll have a look. We cannot use up scarce resources too quickly. This should be growing, increased by accepting all outsiders. And we do need to colonize the Frostland. Build a logistics district in place of one of the old way stations in the city's outskirts. Oh, and one of the things I didn't quite show you, actually, is there's all kinds of things around, right? If we have a look here, we've got frozen forest here. We've got an old way station. Here as well, we've got an iron ore deposit, which is a lot of materials, actually. We do probably need to go for that. Up here, we've got another fertile ground. How much do we have here? We've got it's about the same size as what we've got over there as well. Okay, so there's a lot going on. We've got some research underway, watch houses, and we do need to get to a way station. Practically already here, so what we'll do is we'll continue our path over here, get our frost breaking going on over there. We do need to expand the materials. We're losing materials really quickly. What is this doing for the moment? At the moment, it's 150 output. So I'm kind of thinking we need another one. Can't frost break yet again, but we could. So how much does this have? This has. So what I'll do is I'll frost break the rest of this and build the next one in there. This building is not working. Why is that? I have no idea why that's an issue. It's there's definitely something funny going on here. Oh, I'm guessing. Requirement is not met. It requires an active council hall. The council hall is there. Right? There's a bit of a bug here. Okay, but remember, guys, this is a beta, right? What is this? Material scarcity. Ooh, yeah, we need to get ourselves sorted over there. Disease is also starting to grow a little bit. Okay. Wonder what we're going to do with this. Stockpiles depleted. Steward, our initial stockpile of materials have run out. Our current output will satisfy some of the demand, but problems will mount over time. We must expand our districts or establish new ones to provide more supply. Otherwise, the city and us will suffer. Okay, we need more materials, right? So we're going to go ahead and do that. So we've kind of opened this up, but before we get too far over there, let's add some more materials over here. Hopefully that gives us a fair bit to do. So let's start frost breaking over there. And we're going to run into a little bit of winter soon, a little bit of cold now. So that's pretty good. Okay. Still a little concerned about this thing not working. It is actually working. You can see it's in the recess and we will have something going soon. It's probably just how I clicked in or out of it. Okay, now this is these kind of triangle ones, just kind of is talking about the little things that's happening. Looking for trouble, Sue Miller, a 12-year-old street urchin. Cindy's pa went and got her a governess, like she's going to be a duchess or something. Not on our watch. We roughed up the little bitch all right. Ferguson's boy'll learn the stew. If they try wife us again tonight, we'll put razors and say we'll cut out their eyes. It'll be good fun. But what we want is a proper rumble, short blades only. Come on, who wants to play? Okay. The lack of a law regulating childhood is causing tension to rise throughout the city. So what we'll do is we'll, in our next session, do something around the youth. Okay, so it's kind of telling us we need to sort that out. Build a logistics place of one of their old way stations. We'll working on that. This is done, so we don't have enough, I think, to build another district, so we need to wait a little bit.
Down and is blocking traffic. Technicians are on their way.
Don't know what that was. Are we running out of food? Ah, we actually need to build something here, right? We've researched the hothouse. Oh no, it's still underway. We are running out of food. That's going to be a bit of a problem, so we do need to sort that out pretty quickly. In the Frostland, we do need to find colonies for food, fuel, and materials. And there's plenty to explore, I see. Okay, so now we can propose another law. We'll go to society, where we've got childhood. So we can either... Yeah, well, we need more workers, actually. Mandatory schooling will reduce our heat stamp income, which is not great. So let's propose this one, family apprenticeships. I think I'm just going to run it again because I think we'll be okay. At some point we might lose out, but I'd rather not make any promises to anybody at the moment. We'll still have to do that though. And we made it. Ooh, but we're cutting it fine. Okay, so that should reduce our crime rates. Excellent. So let's keep going. We do need to get these hothouses up and running so that we can. At the moment, we have a deficit of food, so people will start to starve. Extremely increased due to food scarcity. Give us lots more people have arrived. So we have plenty of workers, right? But let's just get this thing sorted. Okay, hothouses is done. Okay, now let's build a hothouse. We should have enough to build a hothouse and increase our food stuffs. There we go. But once that's done, these guys are loving us because we're doing so much of the stuff that they're asking for. And that should resolve our... Ooh, I don't think it's going to resolve our deficit, actually. Let's just get it built before we jump into whatever that is. Oh, we're still short. Okay, let's have a look. So the city grows. Stewart, a new count has revealed significant growth in the population in recent weeks. Some attribute this to the rise in influx of settlers from the Frostland, others to births outnumbering deaths. Whatever the cause, we have adjusted our calculations to the city's needs to reflect the new numbers. Okay, so now we can see we're still working on this, right? We need to build something here. I think we can get a district in. This is... Ooh. We're also not meeting our needs anymore here. We might have gone a little bit too eagerly here. Okay, so what is the next thing we can do? Goods factories, advanced good factories, sawmills. We got some other stuff with materials at advanced coal mines. What does advanced coal mines do? It basically just, depletes our resources even quicker. So we should probably not look at that straight away. Sawmills, we might not need that just yet. Logistics Bay gives us more Frostland teams outputs. I think that's... We need to have places for all of these new people to work, really. I think I'm going to go with this foragers one. Again, the foragers just seem to have better stuff for me. Because they give us... Oh, so Frostland teams, I need to actually explain that. Once we build the logistics facility, right, we get Frostland teams to go out and do the exploration. I'm just trying to get ahead a little bit with some of this research, to be honest, so that we get things that we really need. Actually, let's have a look at the economy first. Housing blocks, okay. Rail hubs, maintenance duty, and society. What's in society? Hospitals. That actually might be something we need to do. Let's grab hospitals. 200 workforce. Let's assign this because it's the same thing, right? Let's get a hospital. Let's develop the idea of a hospital because our disease is increasing. It's probably a good idea for us to do that. Once we have... Yeah, materials is dropping significantly. We do need an extraction district over here for materials. And then we need to build a logistics one. This is 120. We're almost there. One more week, I think, and we'll get it. Yep, there we go. So let's get an extraction district going over here. If we were to do that, I think we should have a fair bit of materials in there. Let's get that built, and then the next one will be the logistics center so that we can go and start exploring. We're kind of struggling a little bit with this. What's happening over here? William Hoff, a new voice, the Ice Bloods. I doubted we could breathe clean air while feeding the generator, yet here they found a way to run industry without polluting the city. I doubted children could still learn to revere their elders, yet here my children tend dutifully to my needs. This made me realize that this city can become, the times of mere survival are gone. What the city can become. I'm sorry, we must organize. A brighter tomorrow is within. Icebloods form in support of dust, coal mine, and family apprenticeship. Okay, that means we have a new faction. They like adaptation, merit, and tradition, and they seek to pass expedition support as community service, allow productive outsiders, and ceremonial funerals. They also give us the ability to do a hunting trip. We'll send some people into the Frostland to hunt game. Ooh. How's our food? At the moment, our food is low. Can we send them on a hunting trip? We require more trust with them. So not quite yet. Food is still a bit of a challenge for us, and we've depleted our stockpile. So people are actually going hungry at the moment. And what's happening over here? We actually have the biowaste drum active. So we're doing what we can in terms of providing food here. Resource production efficiency is increased. Yeah, okay, so we can actually do some emergency shifts and things. But yeah, at the moment, we're struggling a little bit with food. Once we have enough heat stamps, we'll start exploring. Hopefully we'll get some food out there. But yeah, we're struggling with most things, actually. Most things. We're surplus in terms of goods, but everything else is kind of lacking. Okay, here we go. So how much does this thing should have? A lot. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in there. And I don't think we've got something we can build, right? For extraction, we've got the dust coal mine. We don't have anything we can build for these. We need a sawmill of sorts. Okay, so what else do we have? We can do another council thing. So here we've got an action where we could say, give them, grant them the agenda. Okay, so they can pick what goes to the council, and that would make them potentially be able to go and grab us some more food. So the 80 food that they're going to bring us is not going to last long, right? It brings in 80, is it? Let's just go back, have a look. Oh, a food output of 80, which will resolve our issues. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually say, let's grant them the agenda. Okay, now that we've done that, so they allow productive outsiders has been put on the agenda. So they want to change that law, which is okay. I'm happy with that because I think we're getting too many people now and it's costing us a lot. And then we'll say, go on a hunting trip so that we can get this going. Perfect. I just wonder how long that's gonna stand for. Okay, so anyway, that's okay. So hopefully we've solved that for the time being. What's happening over here? Look at the Iceblood member leaving the Institute. They keep looking at my hands. Every day they come and pester me about my work. What are you doing right now? Can we push the other research along? Why are you halting the drafting of the law we discussed yesterday? They want to influence what we do, Icebloods. Icebloods want to steer the city closer to their ideals. Okay, but that's okay. So that is fine. We've promised them that, basically. Okay, so basically, they have put this on the agenda. So they want this to happen. Allow productive outsiders. So we'll just let it vote. It looks like it's going to pass. Yep.
The ayes have it.
The law has passed. So basically, repealed what I've said, and now only productive outsiders will be allowed in. But anyway, they're pretty supportive. They're favorable, and these guys are still neutral. So I'm kind of maintaining things a little bit. Now we should have enough, so let's go build that extra district. We want a logistics district with its Frostland teams over here. Do a bit of this. There we go. So now we should be able to go and explore. How's our materials? We do need a little bit more materials still, and our coal is also still dropping. Yeah, so we're not doing marvelously at the moment. We do need, our heat stamps is low. We do probably need to push out a little further. There's another coal deposit over here, which we probably need to get to. That's really about it. This is currently underway. I do wonder how long. Oh, the hunting trip just keeps going, I think. Okay, excellent. Well, that helps at least. Gives us a lot more food at the moment. We've got a new building. A former shipwright longing to join his wife in the beyond. I've had a good life, I guess. I've had a life anyway. Not everyone in the old Queeneth crew can say the same. I'd always thought I'd be sharing my Liddy's grave, but now Pete's pressuring me to donate my body to the city. Apparently, them doctors are using dead folks' skin to fix up frostbite or something. Can't they leave me alone? Haven't I been through enough? The lack of a new law regulating funerals is causing tension in the city to rise. So that's obviously something we could have a look at. We've also got the hospital done. So we should start work on some additional research. And I think from a survival perspective, we do need to get our materials going. So let's have a look at our options over here. Untreated wood sawmill by the foragers gives us an extra 170 output, which is pretty good, and a pretty low heat demand actually. These guys have a massive heat demand, less workers, more materials, and significantly increasing squalor. And then these guys have the material outputs the same as this one. So it's the same thing basically. We're just giving it up to them. I think I'll go, well, we want the hunting trip to continue. So let's just develop this idea, pay a little bit for that. When this is done, we'll do our very first expeditions, I think. And actually, scour the Frostland. Our logistics district is ready, and the Frostland team stand by for orders. Frostland exploration is now available. I see. So there we go. That is it. And I think what we'll do is we'll leave this episode here, and in the next episode we'll start our very first exploration, and we'll see what is out there. We're at week 80, so almost a third of the way through our playable beta. So we're getting a good feel for what's going on. If you've enjoyed it, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and leave your comments down below. What do you think of Frostpunk 2? Is it way different to Frostpunk 1? I think so. Okay, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.